America. This is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the walls. The chair is against the walls. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
And welcome everybody to our Daily Gun Show. Come to you live every weeknight, and we talk about guns for an hour or so. This is episode 1018. So it's like 1,000 episodes more than a lot of shows have been. So we're looking at. I got to go get something to drink. I wanted to start it on time today, and I sent out some links just moments ago to some potential guests. We'll see if anybody jumps in. And then we'll work on some interesting projects here. But until then, I am going to start something maybe called Dynamic Synaptic by South London Hi-Fi, which will be basically elevator music until I go get something to drink and come back here. Oh, very loud elevator music. This is the new Daily Gun Show. Elevator music for robots. Oh shit, maybe we should draw a robot tonight. So this is a effort to use the internet in a conversational way, in an interactive way. So be part of that conversation using the chatter out there. We're using the Duck tonight because they haven't kicked us off this month yet. That gives us the ability to do stuff like this. And this. So, just saying. All right, well, so I'm going to go get something to drink. Let's see if anybody jumps into here tonight. Otherwise, we'll just get started after that. All right, well, I guess nobody's jumping in, so we'll just get going. 4 hours and 26 minutes. All right, so that's some background music there called Dynamic Synaptic by South London Hi-Fi. You can tell it's metric music. So looks like Patriot needs to be awake in 4 hours and 26 minutes. See, the way I look at that depends on if you're looking at that upside down or not. That's one Starbucks triple shot mocha espresso thing away. Nothing like odd music, jeans, romantic reggae. I've never tried romantic reggae. Let's see if that's a thing. Flip it from, we got it on funky right now. I'm going to flip it to romantic. And then we'll flip this over to reggae. Ooh, not for over 5 minutes. Oh, and not for anything under. How about attribution required? No. There ain't nothing. There's no such thing as a romantic reggae. Is there bright reggae? Yes, this one. This one's pretty good. Anyway, I wouldn't stay awake through this. There's no point. But let's see. I'm going to go ahead then and do a couple of things. First, I'm going to make sure that I don't share this because there's no need to share my bank account information. And then what is this? I can close that. And then this, I don't need either. So then this is this show over there. Heavy metal jazz. Jazz and heavy metal would be under the same thing. They don't have heavy metal. They just have rock. You can find this by going into your, what do they even call it now? Whatever you call your YouTube control panel over on the left on the menu towards the bottom. There's something called, what is it called? Audio library. And then if you go in there and you just tell it you don't need an attribution, so you don't need to write anything in the description of your video, then you're good to go. All right, what was I going to do? Oh, I know what I was going to do. So I've got some more work. I was working on that other project yesterday, but I can only squeeze a couple of days for these projects, and then basically bills start pouring in, and I got to do something to make money. So got to turn it back towards making money. And with that in mind, I'm starting up another thing here. Oh, I definitely want to close this. So I'm closing up, tidying up my computer here. So I start screen sharing again. How loud is that background noise? Let me know if I should make it louder or quieter or what. All reggae is romantic, I guess so. Pet peeve is opening music using bad, loud, generic 80s heavy metal riff. I don't do that. I use 70s sitcom riffs. So let's see. I'm going to go over here, and I need to make a couple of pieces of art, and I'll introduce the project to the, what do you call you guys, 14 people out there tonight. All right, I guess I can just screen share this screen. All right, well, that was, oh, I can't show it to you because it's on another computer. But that was whatever, bright reggae. Let's go down to calm reggae. There's such a thing. Oh, man, there's a ton of calm reggae. So I'm going to keep flipping it back over to 5 minutes or more. Dang, they don't have any 5-minute ones. I'm going to go to dark reggae. That would be scary. Good thing there's no dark reggae. Let's see. Dramatic reggae. There's no such thing. Funky. No. And this is all over the 5-minute threshold because I wanted to not have to flip the music too often. And I'm just flipping through all the different things. There's just no long reggae songs, basically. So I'll flip it down to 430. Ugh. There's just no long reggae songs. There's 2. So here's, oh, look, Diamond Ortiz, one of my favorites. This one's called Rise Up for 4 minutes and 17 seconds. So listen to this one. He's calling this reggae. Anyway, so yeah, we got a, I don't know if you can see this or not, so I'll just do it this way. I don't think I can share the link yet, but I'm going to be doing a patch batch for the AK stuff again. And I'm going to do 10 of them this time. I only did 3 last year. So I need to make some artwork to get this thing better because right now it's got a piece of art in it. 1 piece so far. Or I guess technically 3, but nothing good. So we're going to make some art tonight. So I'm going to open up Adobe Illustrator, which costs 50-something bucks a month. Eventually it'll open on the computer here. the hell is it? Oh, there it is. So I guess it was already open. So this is the thing I just did with the 10 new designs there. So I'll close that off. Basically, I'm thinking I want to do something to show placeholders. So I'm just going to go to Google and I'll type in like AK-47 silhouette. No, I'll spell silhouette. There we go. It'll take me over here. And I'm going to put in maybe Crink. Here's a good one. Oops, I don't need to go to their store. So instead, I'll just open up that window. Or I mean, open up that image in a new window. And then I'll copy that image, bring it over here, paste it down. Nope, on a new layer. So I need to make a layer for that first. Make a bunch of new layers. So drop it on this one. And I really don't care what it looks like because I only just barely need a crude version of it. So I'll make it bigger. Drag in a corner of it there, readjust so I can see what's going on. I'm going to just try doing an image trace just as is. It's a little too shitty, so maybe not that shitty. So I'm going to go to low fidelity and see what we got. I'll take that. That's shitty enough. So then we'll hit expand, and you can see the little paint by numbers set it makes. So on that. We'll ungroup all that shit. What did I do? Do that again. Low fidelity. Expand. And then ungroup it all. Select pretty much everything and delete it. Is this just one piece? That's all we want. So we'll just delete all the rest of this shit. Bring this thing over here. And now I'm going to clear the center out, and then I'm going to make the edges cancel. I'm going to make the edges black. They call it a stroke over here. I'm going to make the stroke wider, and then I can click on that stroke button and make it into a dashed line, and that's what I'm looking for. And what do I want to do? I want to figure out how to make the gaps between them. So right now it has the gaps, the dash at 12 and the gap at, I'm going to say 8. And then hit enter and see what happens there. So that's kind of what I'm going for. I want to just have like a suggestion of what might be coming. But I don't know why it has a vagina instead of a trigger. So we're going to change that around. Oh, shit, how do you click on it? There it is. So we'll just move that out. And now it looks, make it to a newer thing. I just did surgery on this thing. It's a 9mm. So I'm going to click on Mission Dub from somebody called Track Tribe. Let's see if this is any good. So I just hit undo a few times. And now I'm going to try to pull this out. And then I got to put these stupid transform handles with it. Ugh. And then this thing's got to zoom way in, move its stupid transform handles to where they're normal. How do I just tell this thing to shut the fuck up? There we go. And then do this. All right. That's kind of a shitty, goofy example. I don't know why it's got this weird lump now in it. This sounds like a, man, who do I want to say? This sounds like, who's the name of that group? This sounds like a real song, though. All right, so now if I can, oh, this is probably, what the hell happened there? This is probably trying to compensate for the compensator. I'll leave it like that, because why not? That alludes to a AK of some sort, right? Like, what could that be? Let me try flipping it over and see what happens if it looks the other way. tell if I like it better that way or the other way. Dang, that thing's only halfway through. What's the name of that dang song? Can't think of the name of that group. Anyway, that's one of the things I wanted to do. And now I'm going to need a rectangle. That's pretty simple to do with some rounded edges. And when you do it on whatever this is called, Adobe Illustrator, you just pull one of them handles. And now I have a deal like that. And I'll make it a little smaller relatively. See, that's not good. So I have to make those a little bit better. So I'd say fiddle with the corners. So we'll have a couple of those to indicate two of those. What else is there going to be? I'll take and place a picture from my stuff in here. So now let's see what happens if I can crop this one. What was that gray line right there? I'm going to crop it there. It's just been a glitch on the screen. And then I'll try see what happens if let's see what happens if you 16 color that. Oh, that looks pretty freaking cool, actually. It's really neat. It'll work for what I'm trying to do. So then ungroup that. Pull these things apart that I don't need. Actually, I can do it a better way. Click on this and then say select same fill color and then delete. It deletes everything of that color on the screen. For the most part, that'll work if your shit's not the same color. So we're going to get rid of a bunch of this stuff. And then get rid of this color. Same thing. Select same fill color. Select same fill color. Boom. Wow, that works pretty neat. It almost looks like stained glass or something. All right, so it ain't going to be perfect, but what I'm trying to do, I'm going to zoom in. I guess I'm trying to zoom in here. This one's called Scoop Off by the same place called Track Tribe. There's probably a faster way to do this, but I invited Angelina. She doesn't jump into these chats anymore. All right, so this is working for what I'm trying to do for the most part. Get rid of some of this shit. Obviously, I got that one thing stuck right on top of them, so it's going to beat up a chunk of it. And this makes me want to go do some stuff with just this. That's kind of neat. I didn't expect it to look like that. All right. So then that there, I'm going to just copy that real quick and give it its own layer. Right? And then lock that layer. Oops, lock that layer and close it. So now I just have a copy of that if I want to play with it later. But now I'm going to take this and I'm going to make it all the same color. And that's what I'm looking for. And then I'm going to go over to here to my cookie cutter thing and just smush it all together. Now that's just one big blob, right? Now I can say, I don't even want you to be a color, but instead I want your edges to be black. and then make your edges pretty big, right? And now I can go in there and ungroup. Oh, you know what else I have to do? I need to expand it, I think. Expand appearance. I need to expand. I think that turns it from a bunch of nothing into a bunch of lines. And then I can take this eraser, which is way too big. So then I can do a couple of things. I think I'll make him bigger. That's easier. He's little right now. Make him bigger. Now my eraser won't be so big to him. And then unselect him. Oh shit, I think I do have to select him. Then select the eraser. And go in here and try to get rid of that chunk that was missing. And wrinkles and stuff on the inside aren't going to help me. So let's get rid of all of that. Oh, I got rid of too much. So start again. And now when I let go, each of these things will nibble instead of being one big bite. And I won't have to run that risk of missing stuff. Huh, wonder why I can't grab that. Get rid of all these little inside pieces. Oh, that was too much of a bite. See, but now it only removes. I only undid a little portion. So I'm still too big. I can open the double click on the deal, bring his size down a little bit. Now I can get all up in that arm. I really want to get this, so try it right there. Bang. Oh, I know why I'm not hitting those. They're not selected. There. Get the fuck out of here, dots. Alright, select this again. Eraser. And attempt to get rid of some of this center stuff. That didn't do very good. This here is going to be goofy no matter what. That's horrible. Right, so now let's see what happens if I... what did I do? Now it is all... Ungroup. Okay. Right now it's a big, stupid shape. How do I unshape it, I wonder? I don't even know what that's called. Alright, so now I'm going to flip it from reggae, because there's a link to jazz and blues that are over 5 minutes. None? Are you kidding me? So I only found 4. This one's called Frank's Last Chance from DJ Williams. Would it be just easier to get it from the original file? Yeah, probably. I'm just fiddling around mainly, trying to give myself something else to do from what I've been doing earlier today. This is sort of a diversion. I got this new computer, and I'm paying for this software, and I never get to use it. So since nobody joins me in these chats, I figure I can jump in and play around with this stuff. Let's see. Patch. Well, put me in for one with the dongle. Need 220 gun channels patch set. Well, that one ain't gonna happen. Isn't that a cartoon rated? Yeah, it is. It's just a sticker that I sent out to Patreons a while ago is what we're looking at here. But actually, I wanted to turn it into the deal. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. So I'm going to try to undo it. I screwed up. I messed up before. So I got to figure out how to do this now. All right, now I'm going to... I don't know what to do. I got the outline I wanted. I need to figure out how to turn it into what I want it to be, though. So I need to first get rid of these little edges. Get rid of that little dot. And now I'm going to just try to screenshot the screen. And then tell this thing to F off. So that doesn't work. Let's see. Kill that layer. Go give myself a new layer. Drop it. Now do a screenshot. Kill this layer. Go to a new layer. Drop the screenshot. And there's everything that's out there. You guys over here, this guy over here. Crop this guy. Crop that again. And then image trace that. Oh, I did. Image trace it with 3-color. That worked. Expand. Nice. Okay. Okay. Ungroup. Oh, no, I gotta still expand it. Ungroup. Delete the outside. Highlight that. Tell it that it is nothing on the inside. Oh, I don't know if it'll do it. Oh, it's gonna do the same thing to me. Dang it. See, I just had a weird, crazy shape that was like an outline. I need to delete half of it now. It's really a pain in the ass. Yeah, I screwed up. It could have been easier to just draw the damn thing, which is probably what I'm going to do right now. So, click, fade that shit down to like 50-ish. Right. Move it over here, I guess. Lock it, put a new layer down, get a dang pencil already instead of farting around like this. Oop, get the pencil and just draw this dang thing. Whoa, that's what happens when your pen is super bad. It is super not DPI'd. So I need to slow it down, right? Yeah. Yuck, I don't know if this is going to work either. Well, I guess it'll work for what I'm trying to do. This stock got really murdered. I don't know if that's going to even look like a stock when I'm done. Let's just take some liberties with it here. I should probably let go already so that it's not just one continuous line, because that'll happen to the AK. This big ass giant arm. Oh, I don't know if I needed that little piece of detail there. Probably didn't. It'll look weird, but we'll see what happens. Oh, you know what though? Oh shit, let's see what happens anyway. So now I can go there and increase the size of that, make it thicker. But now it's all, what's this called? Stroke and not fill. So now I can go to dash line. Why isn't it dashing? How about you do what you're told? Dash. Boom. Why isn't it dashing? Dash line. 3-point. I gotta do this. No. Why isn't it dashing? Give it to a separate, maybe? Oh. Alright, now this one's called Talk Time Warp Tick. How the hell do I get that thing to not? Is it? And it's just so far out you can't tell? No? I think I've heard this one on other people's videos before. This one's called Tick Time Warp Top Time Warp Tick. Frustrating. How come I can't get this thing to now dot the line on me? Right, when you can't figure it out, go over the stupid Google. Select line dashes, specify dash. Probably can't watch those videos. Alright, I'm highlighting it. Clicking on freaking stroke. I'm making it smaller. I'm making it bigger. Going in here. And I'm clicking on dotted line. What else does it want? Isn't this the same freaking one I just did a dotted line in? Or am I crazy? Isn't that a dotted line right the fuck there? What the hell else I did different? I have no idea. So that's what happens. It's not always easy, and there's not always an effing answer to why it doesn't work. So maybe I'll try again. I'll try it with stupid pen tool, maybe. Put it on the dashed line. Oh, see, there's your dash. Stupid ass dash line. Why is it working there? I guess this isn't a line now all of a sudden. This is something else. I guess that's what it is. Of course, I already deleted the other shit. Alright, well, so I gotta draw this again. Look, I made it a little bit more like a 545. I don't know what I had been doing there. So let's do it again. Oh, it's because the music went off and it freaked me out. Ugh. Horrible, and it looks like a weird banana. Alright, let's go back to over here. Hurts So Good Blues by Unicorn Heads. unclick again. All right, and now if I can convert that, maybe object. No, that's what happened last time. So stroke. Fucking fucker. Try to do this. Yep, I can't do it. Stupid. All right. Yeah, well, I'm not trying to do a tutorial, I guess, but more of what's on that about? No, Patriot's going to sleep, I guess. It's pretty late. I'm not really doing nothing on here for him to listen to either, I guess. Alright, so yeah, maybe I'll try to open up the file that this is. How do I get that? I don't even know where it is, though, is the problem. Why is that so frustrating? Well, I know it's frustrating. Why is it so difficult to make it work, though? That's what's annoying. What did I do differently on the other one? The other one was a solid that I removed the edge from. Let me try making it a damn line, I guess. I guess that's working. It's just a different way of doing it. I'm not going to go around saying I'm proud of this, but at least it's working for what I need to get done. Alright, now I can make this thing go away and get in here and fix this guy up. That took a long, long time. Probably because I was stubborn. It's you can blame Angeline for this also. She's not in here telling me how to do it easier. Alright, so now we'll move this over here. Oh, gotta get some more music going. Sorry about that. It's jazzy blues, so now we'll go to R&B. R&B. 6 Feet Off the Ground by Nana Kwabena. How did you get into computer graphics? I guess this is what it's called. Was drawing or painting a hobby before you started? Oh yeah, definitely. You don't like drawing stuff? Drawing stuff is a good way to get points across or message across to stuff. So being you know able to get a point across is nice. Plus it's just fun. So for this right here, yeah, a little bit of fun, but also this would cost money. Like this is just a frugality thing. Like I can't afford to pay somebody to do this kind of stuff. So even though it's not great, it didn't cost much. It cost me $50 a month. And that's the other thing is I want to get I want to get use out of that. $50, dang it. There we go. Nice pregnant. There we go. That's kind of what I wanted to get out. Get rid of this weird shoulder thing he's got going on. This weird arm thing. There we go. I don't know what the hell is going on with this magazine. That's enough for government work. So now we can add that to the mix. Where'd the other ones go? This one? No. They up here? Yeah. So they're under that one. Put them up here. And to get this guy into size, we'll make him a little bit bigger. So far we're looking at those. So, yeah, the other way is back in the olden days, on computers before there was even an internet. All you could really do on a computer was play a video game or draw something, really. So I guess the way it worked for me was my dad was in the Air Force back in the olden days, and they taught him computers back then. So when he got out, that was his job, I guess, doing computers. And so he worked for a place that drew trucks, and then they also drew race cars for their, I guess they sponsored a race car team. So the same place that drew the trucks for the, going to make trucks efficient, they drew them with computers. They would draw the race cars. So I got to watch that kind of stuff being drawn on computers. And that was really neat back in the olden days. So you'd have like a big table. So that was coming from drafting. So the form factors all matched the old drafting tables and stuff. So everything was big, and it was very much like having a drafting table, except it was a digital plotter. And I got to see those, and that was all like going in on a Saturday and just getting sat at a workstation to be able to play on I have no idea how much those computers were worth, but my dad did some sort of a job with them, and if he had to be in there on a Saturday, he would set me down in front of one of them, and I would just get to draw on there. So as a little kid, I was playing on those kind of things and just playing. That was fun. So then whenever I got a home computer, instead of playing a stupid ass video game, I would draw something or figure out a way to print something, do some kind of publishing or something. So make some sort of thing for scouts or for, I don't know, get people, I don't know, newsletters or something, maybe. I'm trying to think what the hell. A couple of clubs in high school and stuff. So I always had some like task to do on a computer. So these were just, this is nothing more than the old fashioned Paint. It's really, really, really better. Excuse me. So now this one's called Ready for Freddy. I tried a new trick tonight by taking my instant coffee, mixing it with water, like I always do, and then I normally mix that with even more water. And then so I mix like an extract of instant coffee, and I leave that in the refrigerator to steep and to get even stronger. And then I drink some of that off, and I pour it in water so that it's diluted. And then I pour nut milk in there. So I was thinking, instead of buying chocolate nut milk, not that it costs any more, it costs the same. I just have to go to a different store for it. Instead of chocolate nut milk, I bought a hot chocolate mix and tried putting that in the instant coffee. And that doesn't work. You have to have hot water, I guess, for hot chocolate. So I'm drinking coffee with nut milk and some kind of chocolate milk skim. Or hot chocolate skim at the top, like it all skimmed at the top and filmed at the top. It's kind of gross. All right, so let's see. What were the other items I had in my secret list over here? So this time around, we're going to have 10 patches. And those 10 patches, it's going to be, that's it. I think it's just going to be a 10 patch batch. Although I might change that a little bit. All right. So another one to draw, I guess I have to draw it the same way, is I'll click on this and click on this. Make this another one. How am I going to draw this now? I guess it's going to look something like this. And then like this. And then like this. And then like this. And then can I say there's some way I can say like have it go back home or something. Reverse path direction? No. Mirror. I thought there was like a way to mirror it or something like that. I guess I can just do this. Copy, paste. That's not good, but that's going to be what's going to be because it's not supposed to be exactly what it is anyway. I guess. Yeah, nobody will know what that is. So that's another one. Group. Let's see. The past few nights, you've been the 2A computer equivalent of Bob Ross's. No mistakes, only happy accidents. Yeah, everything's like that, right? And yeah, I didn't have any luck doing the workshops, so this is an alternative to that, I guess, in some respects. This one's called POP. So POP, attribution not required. Let me go to 5 minute or more. See what happens if we go to 5 minute or more. We got two of them. One's called Exhale from Jeremy Blake. I use the free program. I guess I could go over here and do this. Use the free program GIMP, but I fumble around until I get what I need done. I really don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, well, that's what everybody does, and that's what you're doing with everything, right? You don't go out and practice driving. You just go to work every day or whatever. You're not like practicing evasive driving. You just survive a skid or two in your life. At least that's my experience, right? So we're all just doing that to some extent. So, damn, it didn't work. I was hoping that might. Let me center up a little bit. It's not going to let me, but I might be able to do this. Suckers. See, it was a mess, so I just went in there and deleted it. Yeah, right. I just can't even tell where that transfer handle is. Is it right there? But yeah, I don't know where half of these things are until I need them. And then if I need them more than once, I end up remembering where they are. You know, like Control C and Control V. Does everybody know that one? Holding down the Control key with your pinky and then tapping another key with one of your other fingers. That's a super critical thing on your computer. Holding down your Control key in the corner with your pinky, because that's with your left hand, and then or with your right hand, I guess, if you're wrong. And then knowing like the Control Z or C for copy and Control V for paste. I don't know where that comes from. It's right next to it probably. But then do an X and Z for do and undo, like undo, undo, redo, redo. That could be super critical, super fast, or not critical, but super fast. You can get a lot more done that way. I don't know how to do this one without spoiling it. I guess we're just going to spoil it a little bit tonight. Don't tell anybody. Just trying to get a picture of it. I like this one. I don't know how this is called. Exhale. Oh, this one is fucking bent. Whatever. Now I'm gonna smush them all together into one big picture. Now I gotta go into here and start pulling out some of these things. Delete some of these deals and then hit center. Ugh, that didn't work. So I'm gonna try a different way. Draw some more shit on here. So we'll just draw one like that, and we'll draw one like that, and we'll kill that little one. Ungroup. Kill this one. And then we'll take all that and we'll smush it together. And now we can take this and say be clear on the inside and be black on the outside, on just the edges. And give us like a 3, I guess a 7. And then make that dash lines. Then we go to rock. Let's see, there should be a bunch of rock ones. There are. This one is called To the Sun and Back by Track Tribe. You might have already listened to this one because I'm not keeping track. Hopefully people will dig the idea of one of these as a patch, because I don't think I've seen every one of them before. There we go. All right, that's being locked. That's why I can't fiddle with it. And now we'll close that tool. We'll open this up a bunch of times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got a couple more to draw here. This one's super easy. Bam. That one's pretty simple. Just the simplest of edges on that one. And let's see, what else do we have in the list here? We used the control key by accident. Yeah, give it a shot. Like I say, there's some things that make just simple stuff that you do a lot, repetitive stuff, a lot easier to deal with. I guess it'd be like when you're driving, if you didn't know what the air conditioner was all about, didn't know what the radio was all about, you could still drive. You know what the key is, and you know what the speedometer and the brake and the gas is. So you can get to wherever you're going. Even if you didn't have lights, you could probably get to wherever you're going. But if you knew what the headlights were, if you knew what the windshield wipers were, that's going to allow you to get more work done. And if you knew what the radio was and you knew what the heater and the air conditioner were, you'd enjoy your time on the vehicle longer. So there's using a computer, and then there's using a computer with windshield wipers and headlights, and then there's using a computer with air conditioning and the radio. Things you don't need but are make it nice. And that control key, I'd say that's headlights and windshield wipers. Once you got that stuff down, it makes your job a lot easier. So you can at least set yourself up to not be annoyed by your computer all the time. Well, I'm not going to tell you if you don't know what this thing is. I ain't going to tell you if you don't know what this is. I ain't going to tell you what any of these things are if you don't know. That's sort of the problem, or sort of the point, I guess. So now this one you're going to be able to tell because I'm going to have to open it for you to be able to figure it out. So, or I guess I can do it like, how am I going to do it? I guess I'll have to open it. Wait. Here, we'll open it. If I can find it. I don't know which one it's in. And this is where AI will help us in the future. I think that. Oh, holy crap! I forgot about the posters. Like I said, it's 2021. This one's pretty good. To the Sun and Back. It sounds like a real song or something. It's called Rock and Angry. It's 5 minutes and 18 seconds long. Maybe I have them under stickers. Actions. There's no way of knowing. I do not know where all that stuff is. I going to get to it if I don't know where it is? Do it this way. What am I trying to do? I'm just trying to. I can place it now. I can place it. That'll work. What layer am I on? Good. Place. Okay, that one ended. So now it'll be James River by DJ Williams. So it's a 5-minute song. Rock and funky. Oh, I've played this one before, I think. I might even have this one on my downloaded for using it. I like this one. This would be good for driving, you know. They call it funky, but it's a little fast. But it's not super distracting now. So now in an attempt, let's see what we got here. 2, 4, 6, 8. I think I'll leave it like that. Just make some question marks now. How am I going to do that? Let's go. Pretty good. But it's pretty much all my designs. It's not like I'm coming up with anything super new for this one. Although there is at least one brand new one. And then the machete is new. Like I say, I don't think I've seen anybody do the machete before. But I wanted to do this. Try to go like this. And go like this. And then, what was I going to do this? That's how I was going to do it. Oh, I know what to do. make it like this so that copy paste so that each one of these is an inch. Is that the way to do it? I think that's the way to do it. All right, so now I can unlock all of these, and this is my, group that together, put it over here, and what the hell else is on this one? Oh, that's with the question marks, so get rid of these question marks. Lock that thing down. Stick it here, put the question marks there. Leave them be about 3 inches, wait, 3 by 4, so I want them to be about 4 inches tall. So they're accurate. I want this one to be about 4 inches tall, so that's accurate. This guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's try to get him up to like that big. So that's a big dude. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's about right. And that's going to be a big one at 5 inches. These, how big are these? Right now, these things are 3 inches long. All right, flip something else over here. This one's called Dusty Fingers. I know I have this one. I've used this one before. A lot of people use this one. So this is how big these will be compared to the existing Spam cans that are out. I was thinking of making this guy about 3 inches big. This one's wrong. This one will be smaller. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's about right. And it's pretty good. Just guessing. So now how to arrange them. BTP is taken off. See ya. I guess we've been going for a little over an hour. Nobody jumped in. See, nobody goes to these shows anymore now that it's not about the money. All right, so then we're going to go to one called 1973 by Bruno E. This one's under Rock and Bright. So now I need to come up with some sort of a nice layout for these. This one I can hide. I don't need it anymore. No use for it. I will edit this artboard so that I can see them a little bit better. All right, so now I know they're all about the right height or whatever. Let me see if I can just grab them all real quick and make them all the same stroke. Now they're all the same stroke, so they should all look a little closer together. They're all going to be clear, and they're all going to be black. Oh, look what happened there. Boom, 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 boom. And we want them all to be dashed lines, and we can put 10. Wait, yeah, in between them. How does that look? I don't know if that looks better or not. We'll grab them all and copy, and then we'll just undo a bunch of times and see what happens. Undoing and undoing and undoing and undoing and undoing, and your computer can only undo so many times. Your software will only have so many undo steps that it records, and then a lot. So this was a while ago. So now I'm going to go back to Document and Artboards. Bring this artboard back out again. And now I think I'll just lock everything, hide everything, and open up this new layer and paste everything I copied before. I don't know why it keeps trying to pick up that artboard. Okay. So there's that. And now we can look at what that horse looked like before. I think the horse before looked better. Oh yeah, it definitely looked better. So we can copy this, close that, go back over here, delete that, and paste that. Oops. Delete that, paste, group. Oh, it's already grouped, okay. All right, now we got a better looking horse along with all this other stuff. So we should probably move some of these things. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So such a pain in the ass. All right, something like that might work. No. All right, so we'll go to something called Shawl Paul by Norma Rockwell. 5 minutes, 44 seconds. Rock and bright. All right, 11 people still out there. So give me some feedback on what's going on out there. Am I being corked by somebody? Is there somebody out there freaking corking me right now? I'm going to be surprised. That's why nobody shows up to this show. Because they get invites to all these other fancier shows. Prizes and whatnot. We used to do prizes. Now we don't do prizes anymore. All right, let's see what happens when we try to make this thing into a jabug. With this thing, give you some kind of a spasm or something. Does it do anything besides this? Yeah, this one's horrible. So next one is called My Train's a Comin' by Unicorn Heads. All right, so now I can add that one. Go down to Campaign Editor, Content. And now I'll edit it instead of putting it up there raw, because right now it is 10,000 wide. I'll make that 1,000 wide. It's a little easier to deal with. And then I'll actually resize that again to just going in there like 500. And then I'll say save as, and I'll call it the same thing with SM behind it for small. And then I'll know that it's the same file, just way smaller. And that way when I stick it in here, it won't be obnoxiously huge. There we go. Nice. And now we'll preview that. So corking, is I think what he's asking. So there was this guy named Cork back in the day, and his deal was he knew what was going on. He was aware of what was happening in the world, and there was people doing shows, people that would do live shows, not like this one, good ones. And there would be people in there, and people would have conversations or whatever. And we all thought we were going to change the world back then. And then, so let's say somebody's show was on Tuesday at 7 o'clock, and then somebody else's show was on Wednesday at 6 o'clock or something like that. And then Cork was on it like Monday or something. So one day, Cork just decides, I don't care about the rules, and I don't care about the schedule, and I don't care about you or your audience or your schedule. So he basically just started doing shows whenever he wanted to. Maybe he did that once, maybe he did it often. I don't remember anymore. But yeah, so then from that point on, it became known as corking, when someone deliberately, understanding the situation, decides to just go live right on top of somebody, as if to say, I don't care about your time slot or what you got going on. I'm just going to go live because I feel like it. Just because it's a free country and I've got, First Amendment right to free speech, or right to the press, or right to assemble, or whatever other rights they feel like they've got. All right, well, so there's that. I guess we could take a look over here, which isn't that interesting, but it might be more interesting to go in here and look at this. Then look at this, and there was 88 of these yesterday, and now there's 101 of them. So I didn't make 10 more last night, or 20 more, or however many that is, but I did make some more. And then I gathered some up from other places, some more. Frustrating part is I really wanted to be done by Tuesday, and well into Wednesday, I'm not done. What happened to Yuta? Why is he so little? Why is Yuta a little tiny one? He's like the little baby Yoda of all of these. These are all 3,000 big. Baby Yuta is only 1,000 big. That is weird. I wonder why he didn't get bigger with the rest of these when I did this. That's really weird. Anyway, so that's what a whole bunch of 108 of these 2A activist cartoons looks like. Yeah, you bet. Thanks for keeping the bills paid. Most of them. It's going to get crazy here in a bit, but like I say, I really wanted to sneak this project in. I don't know how to make this project make any money, but I'm going to continue to keep working on these things when I can. And hopefully it gives people some perspective. Anybody who tells us we're not inclusive, I think they can go F themselves. I think that they're uneducated if they're going to say we're not inclusive. I think that not everything, very many things are represented here. Some things are only barely touched on, but we're an evolving, growing community. Certainly open. So I guess with that, we'll wrap it up. We've been going for an hour and a half. I'm not going to make it a 4-hour event like yesterday, but thanks for sticking with us here, seeing some of the behind the scenes on the new Clash patch. Could do this one a little bit differently. It needs to raise $10,000 in order to make it even work, because to get 10 patches made, it's depending on which patch we're talking about, hundreds and hundreds of dollars per patch to get them made, and then to get them shipped and then shipped out is more than $1,000 on top of all that. So figuring out how many patches to make, and then figuring out if it's even doable. So we're going to see with 10 of them, if people are interested in doing $100 buy-in for 10 patches, $10 for 10 patches, or $10 each, 10 patches. And we'll see if that works. Otherwise, we'll do something else. So with this, we'll see what maybe he's talking. Raffle at the AZ CDL. I don't know about the raffle. What's the raffle? I know that we've got a, what do you call it, tomorrow? Well, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow. The 15th, right here. We have this rally in Phoenix. So that's not what you're talking about. Some mag patches would be cool. You don't need to do those. There's a guy already on Instagram doing magazine patches. I'm not a magazine guy, so I wouldn't be the guy to do patches of magazines. Plums. Yep. But yeah, he's got a couple. You can't really do the Bakelite, but they did do a pretty good version of an orange, like a German. So let's stick around for a second, see what Enrique's talking about. And we'll go back over here. We'll flip it from rock to, how about hip hop and rap? Oh, there's no hip hop and rap. That is over 5 minutes. A whole bunch of it is between 4:30 and 5, though. So we'll go to Turn Up, Burn Up by Turn Up, Burn Up by Diamond Ortiz. Looks like Chris is checking out. So I don't know if Enrique is going to come back, talk about what he meant by the raffle. I think I've heard this one. Well, I've heard all of Ortiz's. Oh, rally. Yeah, so yeah, that's this weekend. Yeah, we're going to have, oh goodness, we're going to have an assault weapons ban and stuff. It'll be pretty cool. So we'll see what happens with an Arizona rally. 350 last time. I don't believe that number anymore, but we'll see what happens. You going up there? I guess we'll chat off air. So with that, we'll end it. Thanks everybody for showing up, and be back to pick you up tomorrow. Wait, be back to pick you up later.